Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Going for Two with Jack Taylor. My name is Jack Taylor.
My name's Hunter too.
And this is Going for Two with Jack Taylor, as it always is.
Yeah.
So we are here reviewing a game against Vanderbilt from last week, a huge SEC win, probably the first true blowout in the Mike Leach era, and which is really good to see. Really, really comforting. I know Vanderbilt's not a good team. We'll get into that. But we're also previewing our game against Kentucky coming up on Saturday. So we're really excited about the episode that we have going forward. But first, I want to start this off. Like last week, we actually moved from our motivation to start onto just some general advice. So last week, we gave you guys some advice. Just do your Black Friday shopping online. This week, I just want to, just from personal experience, if you're ever on like a really long flight, I mean, I'm thinking like anything over probably 3 hours. Just get every now and then, get up, move around a little bit, get your blood circulating, go to the bathroom if you need to, I guess. But just move around a little bit. I took about a 15-hour flight to Thailand or to South Korea a couple years ago, and on the entire 15-hour flight, didn't get up once. And I had cankles for the first few days I was there. So that was pretty brutal. What you got to add to that, Hunter?
Does this only apply to long flights, or does it also apply to car rides?
I mean, in a car ride, usually you're going to stop and get gas before 15 hours. So
well, I mean, you said longer than 3 hours. Like, you can drive, like, 5, 6, 7 hours.
I would recommend stopping and just looking at the scenery. You know, especially if you're driving through somewhere like Kansas, you know, there's a lot of scenery there.
There's just a whole lot of stuff out there to see.
A whole lot of corn. So, but yeah, just move around. The blood circulation's important. You don't want cankles. You know.
So at some point in this 3-hour episode we have coming up, get up, walk around, take those bottles in your room, go throw them away, and everything will be nice.
Take all your cups to the dishwasher.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3 right now in my own room.
You mean in our studio?
In our studio that has no air conditioning. Sorry if you can hear outside. Yeah.
All right. So let's get into an episode.
Okay, so we're going to start this off how we have almost every episode this season, and we're going to touch on some college football from around the country because it's a weird year. Weird stuff's happening every week.
Yeah.
First game of note, Illinois went into Penn State and beat them in 9 overtimes. It was our first time seeing the new overtime format.
Yeah.
It's supposed to...
9 overtimes might seem a little bit extreme, and it is. But so we had, what is it? First 2 overtimes are normal.
Yeah.
And then after that, you just go into a shootout of 2-point conversions.
And most of the time that would be exciting, you know?
Most of the time that would stop you from going into 9 overtimes.
You would assume, but neither of these teams could score. I think it was 9 overtimes, so 18 attempts each. I think they scored 5 out of 19. No, 5 out of 18, sorry. It's late.
Man, that's tough.
Yeah.
But Illinois comes into Penn State, gets a huge win in those 9 overtimes. It's just I just kept on seeing the update on the bottom.
Dude, it was
8 overtimes.
It was
overtimes?
frustrating watching it because the team that chooses defense gets to pick which side of the field is on. So every time Penn State was on defense, they'd go over to the student section, and then Illinois would take them away from the student section. So it's just walking all the way across the field, and it was ridiculous. But Illinois came out with a win. Brett Bielema last week said all of his team is awful. No one's contributing that has been recruited here in the past 2 years. He didn't lie, but... They go and beat Penn State.
It's a signature win for
him,
you know?
So the second game on here is Clemson at Pitt. Kenny Pickett has arrived. That is all. Clemson has...
I mean, we're now seeing Dabo Swinney without a generational quarterback, and it's pretty sad looking.
Yeah, it's not that good.
It's not going to win the ACC.
Maybe he was right when he said... Maybe he wasn't lying more when he said, when players start getting paid, I'll quit coaching.
You know?
It kind of looks like it right now.
He's a man of his word. You got to honor that.
Okay, then the third game here, Oklahoma State at Iowa State.
I remember a wise man on Going for Two last week said Iowa State usually gets a big win randomly. And at home game last week, they got to storm the field.
Yeah, it was a beautiful storming of the field. Oklahoma State had everything to play for.
Had just beaten Texas the week before.
Yeah, win here, and you get to go on. season's pretty easy until you meet Oklahoma, and whatever happens, you probably have 2 shots at them.
Still probably have 2 shots at them.
I think Baylor may sneak up and get that. Which,
maybe so.
I'd love to see Baylor versus Oklahoma again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Oklahoma State, it's over for kind of. I don't think playoffs are happening unless you beat Oklahoma twice if you get there.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a long road. They went from controlling their own destiny to needing a lot to happen.
Yeah.
So
I've been there. Okay, so let's get into the game review. Once again,
you mean you've been there?
Remember when we were number 1 in the nation last year with the Heisman finalist quarterback?
We should have been number 1.
Should have been number 1.
Yeah. Beat the defending
We could have done
champs.
a logo and then it turns into number 1.
Yeah, you're right.
That's pretty original.
Those were the days.
Okay. So I didn't do my film review because classes have been piling on me. I had 3 tests this week. Just
Understandable.
Just needed a break here. Wasn't
No,
studying.
nobody's ever expected you to do those anyway.
Me either. Yeah, I'm starting to realize that. No one's asked for them. So I'm going to start this off with, we got to Kumar early. First pitch, we take it for a single, or was it a double?
It was a single.
Yeah, single.
He got a double the next inning.
And then
Will Bednar got out of some trouble.
Then Tanner
early.
Allen went down with that horrible strike call,
Yeah.
and it was over past then.
Yeah, Vandy got the bases loaded in the first inning, but then Will Bednar gets a double play to get it out of it, and he was lights out after that.
Yeah,
So,
1-hit game overall.
Yeah,
It's
better
pretty
get Landon warming up.
Yeah.
But
Okay. that was a fun time there.
Mm-hmm. Just a little flashback.
Vanderbilt is really, really, really bad.
Yeah, moving on to football here.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt football is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. They made Mississippi State look great, and that's
And
saying
even
a lot.
when Mississippi State was horrible, they never took advantage of it.
Honestly, when the tides really could have turned for Vanderbilt in this game, Will Rogers throws an interception. The very next play, Emmanuel Forbes gets the easiest interception of his life, and we're back in the game. We never looked back.
Yeah,
Except when Will Rogers almost threw another interception.
yeah. We don't. You know,
I don't talk about that.
Gunslinger Will. People have been wanting them to take shots downfield.
Yeah.
They hate them when they're intercepted.
Can't ever please these Mississippi State fans.
No, you win 45-6. Nah, we need to get Chance Levertich in there. But we'll get to that in a little bit. Next point here from this very exciting game. Candy corn is bad.
Confirmed.
Mike Leach really needed to come out here and make a statement to unite the fan base, and I think he did it.
Yeah, I mean, he likes the sprees in a box, but you have to go to the dollar store to get those, and he does. He does go to the dollar store to get them. Yeah, I'm just wondering. At one point, as a sideline reporter, do you just pull the plug and just say, "Dude, stop talking about candy"? Like, it was a simple question about candy corn, and the dude rambled for like 3 minutes.
You're just sitting there, just like, I'm trying.
Like, somebody had to like prompt him off the field, or I think he'd still be in Nashville. I was just sitting there in pain. Like, come on. He stumbled over the word Haribo for a good 12 seconds.
That's a sign of a very intelligent guy. He just takes time when he speaks.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing, not really getting into the game yet. The band wearing the national championship hats is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Big band fan here.
Yeah. I hope that all the fans that were there were wearing some sort of national championship gear. It's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get into more of like actual game.
Yeah.
Will started off great. First 2 drives were looking good. Then had a bad couple of sequences.
Mm-hmm.
Those were some of Will's worst football. Not throwing the ball away. I mean, in conjunction with their offensive line, just kind of imploding for a few drives. Just bad balls, interceptions. It was kind of weird, but he got out of it and ended up having a great game. Yeah.
It was good. At one point, he had a designed run that went for like somewhere 15 to 20 yards, and it got called back because of...
It was Dollar Bill that had holding on that one. Yeah.
Because of a holding call. And it made me so sad. So I was just so frustrated. I
don't know why Will held that guy there.
Yeah, for real. But, I mean, finally, you get to see a little bit of what we've been wanting to see. You know, just
Did we run a speed option in this game, too?
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah. it kind of seemed like stuff was opening up. I don't know if it was just kind of the looks that Vanderbilt was giving us, or like, okay, we're going to beat Vanderbilt, go out there, get reps, kind of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect it to be like that, but...
Also had a backwards pass to Wally, and then he passed
Yeah, we
forward.
did fun.
Yeah, like, there was some, like, trickeration. Like, didn't look like the air raid for a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to see.
But the pass by Wally was incomplete. Will's run gets called back. But, I mean, even still, we're seeing a little bit of...
If Wally completed that pass, do you think there would be people calling for him to be QB1?
Somebody would.
I probably would, ironically.
Eye roll. But...
Oh, yeah. Will Rogers comes off this game and has a Subway commercial now. That's a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I don't know what that's going to be like.
You don't think they wanted DJ Ungalele?
Nope.
Well, all right. So coming off of the Alabama game, we're kind of thinking Will Rogers may be a little bit hurt. Maybe we're a little bit timid. First of all, if your quarterback is hurt, you don't design run him, especially in the air raid.
Tell that to 2019 Bama.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, Tua is dead. There's no way he can run. 30-yard touchdown run against LSU.
Yeah. Well, but he looked really, really healthy in this game. He looked back to normal. Really, really good game for him. And by the end of it, we were actually ahead by so much that we were actually able to finally see another quarterback in from Mississippi State. Chance Livertich comes in and has one drive at the end of the game. We could have just taken the ball and kneeled it at the end, but we let him take a deep shot, and he gets his first touchdown for State. So
yeah, what are his stats right there?
5 of 6 for 77 yards.
One touchdown, and then 7 yards rushing. He kind of moved around in the pocket better than I expected him to.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, still Will Rogers' team.
Mm-hmm.
Will Rogers. He's
the guy with the Subway commercial.
Yeah, you can't bench a guy with a Subway commercial.
Yeah.
But Chance looked good in his opportunity. I mean, he definitely didn't lose his shot at becoming the next guy up or whatever. But it still will.
If you were a quarterback in Brandon, Mississippi, there is a good chance you may be in the quarterback room at Mississippi State sometime soon.
Or with Mike Leach somewhere.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
I think there's 3 right now in it. No, there's
2 right now.
There's 2, and I think there's someone else that was like close to coming here.
Okay.
And like I don't understand how there's enough years for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like
what's going on in Brandon?
Some stuff.
The Brandon baby boom happened at some point, and all right, offensive line. We always get here, and it always seems like Lashley's name comes up.
Yeah,
Scott Lashley struggled.
Yeah, I'm starting to think there may be a reason that hypothetically speaking, that there may possibly be a reason that he didn't play at Alabama. Just my thoughts.
It wasn't that he wanted to come home.
Mm-mm.
Nick Saban was like, "Why don't you go home?
There's plenty of things in Tuscaloosa.
Why don't you go home?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lashley did not play great.
I don't think he just thought that Little Dewey was better than Dreamland.
I doubt it. I don't
know how anybody could think that, but
yeah. Lashley wasn't good. Other than that, I thought they played really well. Dollar Bill had that penalty in that game, but it was kind of a ticky-tacky call right there. He kind of tackled the guy. He does that a few times.
Yeah.
A little over-aggressive boy. Well, he's kind of huge. I think he's 6'9".
A couple of penalties, and I mean, Vanderbilt brought some pressure and got to Will, I think, once or twice, but I think the times that they got to him, it was his fault. He just stayed in the pocket too long, just staring down, or just not being aware, maybe. But it not much was on the offensive line.
Not being there, I don't know how often, because we've seen times where it's like, okay, there's actually no one open.
Nobody open.
Like, because like you're no one. Like I know it's theoretically supposed to be, you can't cover that much grass, but you can run into coverage if you're not running your routes right, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. And not being there, and ESPN showing about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage when Mississippi State plays, don't really get to see that much down the field.
Yeah.
So, I can't really make a judgment there. I don't know. I'm glad he didn't throw 4 interceptions in this game.
Yeah. I think people that were there at the Alabama game are really the only ones that can really comment on Will's struggle in that game. Me and you were there in the student section. Honestly, most plays there was no one open at all. And I guess you could also say, I mean, just step up in the pocket, maybe try to run, but you can't.
The linebacker that had like 6 sacks in that game, I feel like
he would argue. That,
I feel like that wouldn't go well for Will Rogers.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. So, but yeah, Charles Cross.
Charles is so good.
I mean, the
Charles Cross slander needs to stop.
He is inching his way up into being a top 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah,
and very deservedly so. I mean, he is looking awesome as the year goes on. He struggled early in the year, but I mean, every game he gets better. And I know it was against Vanderbilt, but he looked just as good against Alabama last week.
Okay, tell me right now, who goes first in the draft, Matt Corral or Charles Cross?
Cross.
I think Cross too.
Yeah.
But Matt Corral could easily be QB1.
Yeah.
Like anything could happen this year, and I'm kind of uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, I mean, me and you were just talking. Matt Corral, I mean, we'll talk about it later when we make picks, but Matt Corral is one game away from a Heisman moment or one game away from just us laughing that he was ever in the Heisman conversation.
Yeah, you got bested by Bo Nix.
Yeah, and it's this week. This week is that game. So,
other than that, Charles is really, really good. SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week. I don't know. He got some award.
Yeah.
Moving on to wide receivers.
They're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many drops in this game. I don't know. I can't think of one.
There was one time, I don't know if it was Polk or Calvin. They didn't stop in the zone.
Yeah.
Right? Then those are just going to happen when you're throwing it this many times a game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really the only miscue that I saw. Christian Ford and Rara Thomas
yeah,
are really good.
Yeah, Rara Thomas, SEC Freshman of the Week, so 2 honors for Mississippi State this week. It was surprising to see.
Yeah. It was like week 1 when we saw him last, and he balled out then, and he did again this week.
Yeah. So we saw Rara Thomas, and Rufus Harvey was another name, Starkville guy that we
should have had 2 touchdowns. Yeah,
he had 1 touchdown. We hadn't really heard his name much at all. I heard about him in the offseason, but this is our first time seeing him get reps, and he looked good.
Did Caleb Ducking play in this game? Yeah, he got 3 catches.
3 catches for 40 yards. But Rara had 5 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown, and Rufus Harvey 2 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown. And then outside of those names, you have our normal guys. Jaden Wally, 5 catches for 72 yards, no touchdowns. And then Makai Polk, where is he at?
Second.
5 catches for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns.
First touchdown from Makai.
Yeah. That was pretty awesome. So aired the ball down the field this week, and our receivers were able to handle it.
Yeah.
They looked really good.
Yeah.
Malik Heath as well. He had
my player of the week last week.
Yeah, 3 catches for 26 and a touchdown. So I mean, I'm just looking at this long list of receivers. A lot of guys caught passes.
Is it 12 receivers? I think it's 12 or 13 that caught a pass.
13 guys.
That's so many.
Wow, that's really cool.
Show that to a Mississippi State fan in 2011.
Whew. Where 2 guys might catch a pass.
I think 13 guys caught a pass all season. Maybe.
Probably not.
Okay.
That is really cool to see. That's just the air raid, and I know it was against Vanderbilt. Still great to see the air raid work. It's still fun to watch. So what did you say about our defense this week?
I think you know the stat. I forgot. It was like the least amount of downs allowed by a defense.
Yeah, since the year 2000, Vanderbilt's the first team to be held under 45 plays in a game, and I started noticing like a lot of 3 and outs. But geez, I didn't know it was that many.
Yeah, Vanderbilt's bad. We did give up that one really big shot downfield. Once again, our safeties are not very good.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. But
there's one long play. I think they got a field goal on that drive. But in the game, Vanderbilt had 5 first downs, and they were 1 for 11 on third down conversions.
That's not too good.
Not great.
Kind of suboptimal.
I would want my team to do a little bit better than that.
You know, if I'm coaching that team, I'm getting those.
Just call a play that will convert a third down.
Yeah, and And sometimes mix in the touchdown play calls.
Yeah.
And sometimes listen to the fans and tell your quarterback to throw the ball.
Yeah. That's it.
That's
but
it.
It seemed like every time that their quarterback was back in the pocket, he was having to scramble out, and he was just getting back to the line of scrimmage or losing yardage there on the sidelines. And I mean, it's not a very experienced quarterback that they have. It's a really bad team, but our defense did what they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And when our offense did struggle and it looked like Vandy could get back in it, our defense on literally the very next play shut that down and stopped any sort of Vanderbilt run. So defense was great, or good, possibly great.
Yeah.
So not really sure just because it was Vanderbilt, but I think they're back to normal after that Alabama game. No falter after that. So.
All right.
So that's it for the Vanderbilt game.
It was a very exciting game.
Yeah.
No, you just wanted to hear about it more.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. I always like to hear about a big win like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So moving on to our game preview for our game against Kentucky. Kind of a weird storyline we have coming up here. So we are favored to win this game. We're a 1-point favorite. So, I mean, honestly, just an even spread.
Yeah.
But Kentucky comes in as the number 12 team in the country. So it's weird, an unranked team being favored over the number 12 team. But Mississippi State hasn't lost to Kentucky in Starkville since 2008.
I was 8 years old then.
I was 8 years old too.
That's a good stat.
You know?
Put that on a graphic.
We need to make one.
Yeah.
So, honestly, since 2009, we can kind of look and see, this series has kind of been dominated by Mississippi State, it seems like. But in the last 5 years, it's gone back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
The home team's going to win, it seems like. So we'll see if that happens again this week. But what's it going to take for us to beat them?
I would like to first say I do not like this being our cross-division rival. I do not like Kentucky. I don't want to play them ever.
I kind of liked it.
I don't.
Before they started winning.
Mm-hmm.
When we won 6 straight, I loved it. So
in 2018, it all changed.
Yeah.
Looking up.
Well, 2016, it all changed.
But
2018.
2018 hurt.
Yeah. So the trend that we've seen in the 2018 and 2020 game, the game from last year, Kentucky just thrives on play and on emotion.
Mm-hmm.
In 2018, they were on Twitter the entire week before, getting in Kylan Hill's head. And
getting in Kylan's head.
He's not a head case.
Whoa! Thoughts and prayers out to Kylan Hill. Went down with a tough injury. Like to see him back next year.
But they got in his head or his knee.
Jeez, that's tough.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sure he's not listening.
Sorry about that, Kyle. Yeah. If you're
Love
listening, just send me a thumbs up on Instagram. But anyway, I mean, they just thrive on getting in our heads and playing on emotion. And
Cash Daniels, least favorite SEC football player of all time.
Really?
Dude,
bold.
I dislike him.
Yeah. I mean, Kentucky's having a great year. They have knocked off LSU. They beat Florida.
Which, honestly, right now, beating Florida does not sound very good.
Not a great one. LSU, not really either.
Yeah, imagine losing LSU.
But, I mean, got beat by Georgia. That's their only loss for the year. College game day was there to see that happen. But Kentucky having a great year, one of their best years in recent memory, if not ever. And we'll just see if we can be another loss for them.
Yeah.
Here, 2 in a row.
What I think we need to do to win this game, and it kind of echoes every week, stop the run. Make Kentucky play not their game.
Yeah.
They're a run-first team. As much as the new offensive coordinator came in and kind of changed some stuff out.
Really, the only thing he changed is not having a run-first quarterback.
Was it Terry Wilson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not having Terry Wilson?
Yeah.
Is he playing at UNLV right now?
I think so.
Dude, they're 7-0.
There you go.
That's wild. Terry
He
Wilson.
just needed to find his system.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Rodriguez is a name that you're going to see on the ground for them. So he's their running back. He's rushed for almost 800 yards this year in 7 games. So having a big year. And their quarterback, Will Levis. Is that his name? Okay. So Will Levis, he's having a good year for Kentucky.
He's a transfer from Penn State, I believe.
Yeah.
Those Penn State transfers are always good, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tommy Stevens, come on now. But Levis is having a good year for a Kentucky quarterback. I mean, he's thrown for about 1,300 yards, and but the only game he's gone over 200 yards was against UT Chattanooga. So
in a close game,
28-23. looking at Kentucky's offense, so I mean they're run first, like we said. Chris Rodriguez, Will Levis, not going to throw much, but he'll throw when he has to. But I just don't know. Their outlier in points scored was 42 against LSU in a game where late in the game LSU had just quit and they were able to hang points at the end. But they're usually hang around 27, 28 points, and they're going to play a close game. So does that sound like any team that you know?
No, that doesn't ring a bell to me at all.
Yeah. So
can't really think of anyone who every game is just close. No. And earlier I may have said that UNLV was like 7-0 right now. They're actually 0-7. I was thinking of a different team, and he doesn't start for New Mexico right now.
The Running Rebels not having a good year.
Yeah. So sorry for that misinformation.
Fake news.
Fake news these days.
Well, so Kentucky run first team. They're a lot like I think Mississippi State before the air raid. We were very, very similar before Mike Leach came, and now we're similar but in completely different ways.
Yeah.
We're both going to play really close games in games that we should win and games that we probably shouldn't, with the exception of Alabama for us.
Yeah.
So, that being said, this should be a really close game.
Yeah.
I mean, the spread is
two teams that play close against no
everybody.
Matter who. No matter.
Should play close.
Use Chattanooga,
South Carolina,
Louisiana Tech,
Missouri,
Louisiana Tech, Memphis. Good thing we didn't lose against them.
Yeah, I don't remember that game.
No.
So I don't know. If we stop the run, we have a really good chance of winning in a close game. We have to be efficient in the red zone.
Can our safeties stop people? No big plays? Nah, that's too much to ask. Less than big plays.
3 or less big plays.
And preferably they not score touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's a lot to ask.
Yeah. But yeah, I think our defense should be all right. If we can stop the run, their pass game shouldn't be too much to handle. And, just being able to score when we get to the red zone is huge. Brandon Ruiz has been our... has been pretty automatic since he's come back from injury, but I've heard since then that he's still kind of day to day. It's like
he kicked some bad balls against Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
they weren't good. They all went in, but
yeah,
they weren't Ruiz.
He hit
perfect
one
kick.
off the goalpost that still went in, but
like they were all knuckling, and it was just kind of weird.
Yeah,
it's like.
But he's still got a kind of some touch and go injury, so we'll see if he's going to be playing or not.
Maybe bring him in for long kicks and Nolan for short. I don't know.
But hopefully it doesn't come down to a kick, but probably will. So that's how those close games usually go.
I've heard in close games, a small amount of point mean big.
It was very eloquent the way you worded that. Okay. All right, so that's all that we have for this game. We'll definitely do our predictions here at the end of our picks, but honestly, stop the run and score when you get to the red zone, I think is the key. And it's going to be the key for us pretty much in every game, especially the score when you get to the red zone part. Yeah. But now our picks for the week, we have 10 games lined up from across the country, starting off with game number 1, Texas at number 16, Baylor. So Texas, ever since the Oklahoma game, just haven't really lived up to that hype that they got there. So I'm going to go Baylor in this game.
I'm also going to go Baylor here.
Okay, so we're agreeing on the first game. All right, I'm sure we're going to agree on all of these. All right, so game number 2, number 6, Michigan at number 8, Michigan State. So probably the biggest this game has been in a very long time.
He has trouble with the snap.
I'm sad we didn't think about that before the podcast, but also really glad that just
happened at the same time.
I'm going to go Michigan in this game.
I'm going to go Michigan State here. I think these teams are really, really similar. They're both great running the ball. Neither of their quarterbacks are very good. They both have good pass defenses. No, their pass defenses are bad, but their quarterbacks can't take advantage of it. So it's just going to be...
Yikes.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. That's all I can say. And I hope Michigan State wins.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope Michigan wins. All right, game number 3, got number 9, Iowa at Wisconsin. So Iowa's still trying to come back from that loss to Purdue, and which Purdue has already lost since then.
So, to
Wisconsin. So the transitive property, Wisconsin's already won this game.
Yeah.
So.
And beat Penn State and beat Auburn. Wow.
Who beat LSU? Who beat
Mississippi State, who beat Louisiana Tech, who beat
Southern Miss? I don't know.
Right. Eagles by 90.
All right, so I'm gonna go Wisconsin in this game.
This game decides that side of the Big Ten.
Yeah,
really weird that's happening. We're like halfway through the season, but this game is basically it. And I'm gonna go Wisconsin here. I think everyone kind of threw them away early in the season. Oh, that accidentally says Clemson and Pitt right there on our next game. Okay, let's live pick a second game here. Okay, y'all get to get in the process here.
All right. What about UMass at Liberty?
No, that sounds horrible. SMU at Houston.
I'm gonna go SMU.
I'll go SMU here. Their quarterback's really good. He's a Texas transfer. I think his name's Mordecai. He's putting up crazy numbers this year.
Really? At SMU?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He's
I'm glad I
popping
picked them.
Yeah. Let me change that real quick. Thank you for noticing that.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to pick Pitt so fast.
That would have been an easy win for you.
Yeah. And you can go into our next game here.
All right, so game number 5 is going to be at a neutral site. So number 1 Georgia playing Florida in Jacksonville. So Florida.
What is it called? The
Deep South's oldest rivalry?
Is that it?
I don't know.
Which one's a cocktail party?
I have no idea.
I think that's this one.
What's the Deep South's oldest rivalry? Look it up. We have a computer with infinite knowledge. Regardless of what it's called, I think Florida just stinks. I think Dan Mullen.
Yeah, Georgia Auburn is the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
What is the cocktail party? Largest outdoor cocktail party. That is Florida, Georgia.
That's what I said. Look at me.
All right. So Florida just terrible right now. They're
Mm-hmm.
just off the hinges. And I'm not sure that Dan Mullen's going to be the coach there next year, especially after they get blown up by Georgia. Florida won this game last year, which is kind of weird. Georgia having just a weird year, but they're back. They're really strong this year. Undoubted number 1 team in the country, and they're going to win this game.
Yeah, Georgia's far and away the better team in this matchup.
Don't do it. Stop.
This year has been stupid.
And
the one thing that would make it even more stupid, if number 1 goes down to a Florida team that has 3 losses right now,
mm-hmm.
and I just don't know how college football would respond to that. So I'm gonna pick Florida here.
Yeah,
I do not know why. I think Georgia's gonna win by 30, but I'm gonna pick Florida.
Them.
No.
Okay.
I'm here for carnage.
All right, and now we have game number 6. We have number 10 Ole Miss going to Auburn. Number 18 Auburn. So I'm gonna let you pick this one first.
Okay. There's one thing about this game. Bo Nix at home. He's basically a Heisman winner here. I'm gonna go Bo Nix here. Auburn, I think, is gonna win this football game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a strategy that I've been working on the past couple of weeks. So I like to pick Ole Miss so that if they win, I get happy because I got the pick right.
Yeah.
But if they lose, I get happy because I get to see Ole Miss lose. I'm going to go Ole Miss here. They've had a lot of injuries, but they were able to bounce back and beat who did they beat last week? LSU. So they looked really good. Ely came back and he was running the ball really well. I'm going to pick Ole Miss to win this game. Matt Corral, like I said, this could be a Heisman moment if we're not careful. We might see Matt Corral secure a Heisman this week.
Yeah, in this game, he can either win it or lose it.
Yeah, he could do neither. But
I'm not sure. I mean, what else do they have on their schedule?
I mean, if they win and he puts up like 140 yards passing, then he hasn't lost it, but he's slipping.
Yeah.
But I think this could really be a week that he secures it, and so I think Ole Miss is going to go into Auburn and win.
Okay.
Now we have game number 7, Duke at number 13, Wake Forest.
That sounds weird. Wake Forest undefeated. Have a chance to do something special. Man.
And Duke is
bad.
And Duke's not the team to stop them.
Yeah. Just a little insider information here. I once again had the wrong game here, and we just had to pick one, and I did it silently without asking Jack, and this is a horrible game, so I'm going Wake Forest.
I'm going Wake Forest here. I think this is probably their easiest game of the year. Maybe.
They're 100% going to lose, aren't they?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay.
All right, now we have an actually good game. A game that
it was going to be great last week.
Yeah. A game that we did handpick, just because there's numbers in front of both of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
Got number 20, Penn State, going to number 5, Ohio State.
Ohio State, I think maybe the second best team in the country.
Yeah. Brandon Walker approved.
Yeah. They're looking really, really good.
Yeah. Ever since the loss to Oregon, they haven't shown any weakness. They're just blowing teams out left and right. And I think this is just going to be another week of that.
Yeah.
Penn State showed last week. I mean, the loss to Illinois. They don't really have a resume right now.
Mm-hmm.
Their signature win probably Auburn, and Auburn
might be good. I can't tell.
Yeah, we'll find out this week.
It was Bo Nix away, so
yeah, we'll find out this week if Auburn's good.
Playing essentially TJ Finley. Oh wait, that's their backup now.
Right.
Crazy how that stuff works.
Yes, I'm going Ohio State.
I'm going to go Ohio State. It would be completely like this year for Penn State to come back after losing to Illinois and knock off Ohio State, but I do not think that is happening.
All right, I like it. And now, game number 9, Virginia at number 25, BYU. So I've gone against Keaton a couple of times this year because we seem to pick Virginia games every week.
Dude, they're always in a good matchup.
We always seem to pick BYU games every week. But I think I'm going with BYU.
Yeah, our boys at Arizona State fell out top 25, so we have to stop putting them in here.
Yeah. And Virginia's never been in the top 25, so we have to keep.
Yeah, we keep putting them in here. They're in compelling matchups almost every week.
Yeah.
Trick bag too heavy, going with KT.
All right, I'm going with BYU there.
Football player, do the football.
And now America's game of the week. Kentucky going to Starkville to play number. We're not ranked. Kentucky coming into Starkville. Number 12 Kentucky coming in to play Mississippi State. And I'm just going to let you pick it first. I just have to.
Okay. Said it's going to be a close game. Give me Kentucky winning 24-20.
Okay. I think Mississippi State's winning this one 28-21. Randomly just a boring game.
Sounds about right.
I like it.
Don't think we'll get a safety this year?
I mean, I hope we do.
Yeah.
Well, let's get 14 safeties.
No. Rather not. Sounds stressful. Sounds like our offense just didn't do well in the red zone. I think I'd rather our offense.
No, we threw three pick sixes. Will throws 3 touchdown passes. I think after 2, Lovertich has to come in. Probably not. But
I'll suit up.
But I think State's winning 28-21. You said Kentucky 24-20?
Yeah, that's what I said.
And I say my player of the week.
You better not take mine. Can I go first?
Sure.
Give me Emmanuel Forbes. I think he gets a defensive touchdown this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing we forgot to talk about.
I said it would come up naturally.
And it didn't. This is why we have a script. And yeah. M over S helmets. That's a thing.
One-time thing. Unless we win.
If we win another national championship, we get them again.
Yeah.
We have to keep the 1-to-1 ratio to national
We're going to have fans, and I'm not one of these fans. I don't think... I'm glad this is happening for this game.
Yeah.
But for no other game do I think this should happen.
Maybe last week against Vanderbilt. That would have been kind of funny.
Yeah. But when we win this game, fans are going to be like, it needs to be our primary logo. And I don't think that's true, but the banner logo needs to go.
Yeah. I think we'll get into that later in here. Do you think that we're going to do anything with the jerseys?
Probably not.
Maroon 85 jerseys?
I would love it.
Dude, if we got Maroon 85 jerseys?
No way.
If I asked you 2 weeks ago, we were going to put M over S on the helmet. What if they come out and they just have Banner M just on them and it was just a cruel joke?
I would be very upset. But so your player of the week, Emmanuel Forbes.
Emmanuel Forbes, defensive touchdown.
My player of the week is actually going to be Martin Emerson. I think he's going to get a defensive touchdown this week.
You're the worst.
So whoever they decide to throw to.
What if they both get one? I bet we win.
Handshake there. We'll just split player of the week.
Okay.
But no, I said that as a joke. I really think that Jaden Walley is going to have a long touchdown this week. I said that last week. He got close, but he's gonna have a big week, and I think he's finally going to get a touchdown here.
Looking through our Instagram questions, I'm not seeing anything about your Atlanta Braves here, except for a question from yourself. Braves in 6? ?
Braves in 6.
How are you feeling about the Braves? Since this is a baseball podcast.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, split the first 2 in Houston. You have a 5-game series now, and you have home field advantage. So split the next 3, and win 2 of the next 3.
I was wondering how you're going to split the next 3.
Yeah. Just win 1.5 games each. So win 2 in Atlanta, and then just hope for some bullpen game in Houston working out. Braves in 6.
Braves in 6.
I like it.
Okay. Let's get into Instagram questions here.
Let's do it.
Our favorite part.
Mm-hmm. If you hadn't heard, the Braves are in the World Series, by the way.
Yeah.
Just a little tidbit.
Just mildly in the World Series. From Jace Gallaby, if Landon Sims played football, what position would he play?
Probably running back.
It kind of looks like a running back.
Kind of looks like a bulldog. Either that or he's just Errol Thompson.
What? I like that one. From Frederick1851, how do y'all feel about the helmet?
Good. I love it. I like for this week. That's what I'm keep saying. For this week, I like it.
Yeah. From Brooks Taylor, we forgot to say, Brooks was our picks winner last week.
8-2.
Feels like we say it every week.
Some of y'all just do better. Courtney, come on, do better.
Kind of want to start setting up parlays on Brooks. he'll go 10-0 eventually.
Yeah.
I went 0-10. That's so tough. From Brooks, retire the banner logo.
I wish.
Give me script.
Yeah, I really wish we could, but it's not going to happen.
Interlocking MSU.
Come on, Nike.
Give Nike back. All the money.
Give it back.
Wait, if we just go to Nike.
If we just go to Jordan.
If we go to Jordan, do we get it?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. We get a much better logo if we go to Jordan. Come on. Next question
from Brooks Taylor. What's the formula to beat UK?
Stop the run.
Yeah.
Score in the red zone.
From Elizabeth 2. Are you dressing up for Halloween? If so, what as? What do you think Mike Leach will dress up as? Probably a pirate.
Maybe so. I think I'll dress up as Mike Leach.
I think I'm going to dress up as a baseball fan at a football game.
You gonna wear a baseball shirt?
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a baseball jersey.
I'm probably wearing that sweatshirt.
I think I'm wearing a baseball jersey.
Okay, I'm glad we're not gonna match then.
Want to match?
We're probably going to on accident.
I'm probably gonna wear this.
Yeah, same. Probably. Yeah. From Megan Underwood. Will Megan win SECs tomorrow? And when she does, will Sarah get her own episode?
If you win the SECs, Sarah can get her own episode.
Yeah.
It's all up to you. It's all up to you.
Top 10?
You have to win it.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
Medal. Wait, I think they all get.
Get on the podium.
Get on the podium. Find a podium. Get on it.
Send proof.
Yeah. From Nathan Taylor. What's a good Mississippi State related costume? I thought of this good one the other day, and it would have to be someone.
You might have to have a child.
Yeah, maybe have a child, and you could dress up as like Chris Lamonis.
Maybe Foxhall.
Depending on how you look. Some people may look a lot like Foxhall, even though they're trying to look like Lamonis. And then you dress up the child as the hypothetical child as the national championship trophy, and then you just go around like holding it up.
Just Simba the thing the whole night.
I think that'd be a great one.
That's awesome.
We should do that.
It's a really good idea. That's awesome. Creds to Nathan Taylor and Nathan and Ashley and Lainey for the greatest
that was such a good
Halloween costume of the year. Maybe ever. So
yeah.
Congrats on that one.
Courtney Purvis, thoughts on football banner logo being replaced with M over S for good?
I hate that.
Please just give me script.
It's just such a baseball logo.
It doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Baseball deserves their own thing.
If somehow we play in like the Fenway, whatever the bowl is where you play in Fenway, would we?
I don't know.
Would we get baseball jerseys?
When we went and played at Gillette Stadium, we kind of had Patriots jerseys but maroon and white. So I guess you just kind of like make uniforms for wherever you play. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
From FarmDog09, what is your favorite state logo? Ooh. Mine's Script.
Mine, I like the Script a lot. I like Flying M.
Flying M's a good one.
Yeah.
You don't like Walking Bully?
Nope.
What about Bully behind the M? Just
on the basketball court?
We have some bad logos.
Yeah.
Not in baseball, though.
Nope.
In baseball,
not one.
We do not
a bad one there.
And that's all we have for Instagram questions. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Just like we don't miss with baseball logos, we don't miss with podcasts either. This is another good episode.
We've missed before.
We
Episode 1, episode 3.
Episode all of last season was just a miss, it seemed like.
Baseball season was good.
It was fun.
And then, we skipped a few weeks and we won the national championship.
But Hunter and I like to pat ourselves on the back when we have a good episode.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I feel like this is a good one.
Yeah.
Stick around for some commentary here at the end. After the outro, you're missing out if you don't listen to that.
Oh no, people are going to go back and listen to every one of them. There's a cryptic message if you play them all in reverse. Like, you have to stitch them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I see a spike in all of our episodes played.
If you listen to every SEC game, every SEC game that we've done, there's always a cryptic message.
Yeah, there's a message at the end if you play it backwards.
Yeah. Kind of wonder what it says. All right, so that's going to be it for the episode. Thank you all so much for listening. I hope you have a great weekend of fall weather, college football, and we will see you back here next time at Going for Two with Jack Taylor. Have a good weekend. What are you still doing here? The episode is over. Go home.
Get out of here. It's over.
What did you think was going to happen?
Commentary? A cryptic message?
What a loser.
Hey, bestie, I heard you.